Hello and welcome to our 5-minute taster webinar on networking. I'm Sally Walker, your facilitator today. Who's participating on the session, please?
Hi, it's James here. I'm calling from London.
Great, welcome.
Hello, I'm Deborah and I'm based in Manchester.
Nice to have you with us. Do we have Alex?
Yes, I'm from the Netherlands.
Good, thank you. So I'd like to find out what you'd like to learn about networking today, please.
Well, I just feel I really lack confidence to reach out to other people, so I'd like some top tips to overcome this.
I don't really know what networking is all about and actually how it can help my career.
Good point.
I'd like to expand my network.
Thanks for these contributions, great. Looks from our agenda as though we're going to be covering some useful ground for you. So let's make a start. First of all, by sharing, what are your thoughts about networking? What does it mean to you?
Connecting with others, chatting, sharing.
I struggle a bit because I feel networking just feels a bit like we're using other people.
Good point. Yes, that often is something that people will say. I think it might be useful to think about networking as two-way relationship building with a purpose. You know, what happens when you ask someone for advice about a good restaurant to go to or a film to see?
They want to help, but they give you a lot of information.
Absolutely, James. Yeah, they do want to help you. So let's start by building relationships with those people you know already, you know, that you've got a good reputation with. Alex, earlier you mentioned, you wanted to expand your network. Who else do you know who would want to help you develop your career?
I've got good relationships with my former manager and a couple of suppliers. I could also talk to someone I volunteer with locally, as well as the people I play football with regularly.
Good points. So they may well be able to put you in touch with other people as well to expand your network. Make the conversation two-way by sharing your contacts, knowledge and advice and experience with the person you're talking to. Just make sure it's purposeful for both of you. What could you gain, do you think, from having a networking coffee with a former colleague, a manager or supplier?
Well, talking to someone working in retail or manufacturing at the moment would help me find more out about these sectors. So as a young graduate myself, I'd like to find out what the culture's like in these organisations.
Good point. So research would be helpful. Great. Deborah?
I suppose it would help me to find contact names of decision makers that I could send a speculative CV and cover letter directly to.
Good point. Yeah, make direct contact. Good.
Alex? My former manager could give me feedback on my CV and future career plans. Exactly.
Just think what your career's missing out on if you don't network and build on relationships with others. You know, remember, as you can see in the slide, 75% of jobs are filled through knowing someone directly or indirectly working in that organisation. So, what stopped you from networking in the past?
I just felt apprehensive about getting in touch with other people as I didn't know really how to go about it.
Yeah, that's true. Often it's a question of feeling confident, isn't it, to reach out to other people. So here are some final tips to get you started on networking in a confident, professional kind of way. First of all, let's get organised. Make a list of who you are going to contact and arrange to catch up with face-to-face wherever possible. Before you meet, prepare a few questions and think about how you're going to present yourself. What are your skills? What are you interested in doing in your career? I think it's really important that you don't ask too much of anyone. Ask for bite-sized pieces of advice or information. What sort of questions could you ask, do you think?
Can you give me some information about the changes taking place currently in the financial services sector?
Great suggestion, Alex. Absolutely, that would help you to find out more about that particular area. You could gather all that information in a spreadsheet, perhaps, so you could easily follow up with people. You'll certainly be much better prepared when you're making applications, as you'll have a really good sense of whether you match the needs of that sector or organisation. And I also think you'll feel much more confident in interviews, having done lots of research. So we've come to the end of our taster webinar now, which I hope you found useful. Anybody like to share something that they've learnt from this short session?
Yes, I just didn't realise how many hidden jobs were being filled via networking relationships. I think I've been relying on adverts and recruitment agents too heavily. I feel more confident now about asking others for contacts that might help me in my career.
Good, fantastic, Deborah, thank you. Well, if you would like any further coaching to develop your networking skills, please do get in touch. And thanks to everybody today for your participation.